Hi, everyone. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a podcast brought to you by Joy's House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We are happy that you're here. Caregiver Crossing is a podcast created just for you, the caregiver. I'm Tina McIntosh.
I'm Terry Stacy.
And I am Candace Middaugh.
So today we are joined by Gina Middaugh, who's community liaison with Harmony Cares. Gina, thank you, first of all, for being here with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. So for those who are not familiar, tell us about Harmony Cares. What services do you provide?
So we offer mobile physician services. So that would be a primary care physician or, their family doctor. We also have mobile x-ray as well as mobile lab services and home health care.
Wow. Can I ask a question?
Awesome.
Could you do infusions as well? Can you come do infusions like iron infusions or at someone's home?
We do not, no.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
All right, so my thought process, when you say, Gina, what all you all do, like I picture you rolling up in like a horse-drawn carriage because this is kind of old school doctor stuff, right? I mean, this is medical care in your home.
It absolutely is. A lot of folks do think that this is an obsolete service. It's definitely underused in our community, but we have our provider. So we have 2 physicians and a nurse practitioner, and they pair up with a medical assistant and goes to the individual's homes to do the doctor's visit.
So I have some questions about that, and then I know these other 2 have questions too. Is that hard? Like, is that hard to go into people's homes?
It is difficult. As you can imagine, we do get a very, we get the big picture of what's going on with the individual, whether it's psychosocial, if they're facing food insecurity, if they're choosing to feed their pets instead of purchasing their medications. And so, when you go to the doctor, you kind of clean up and put on your best face, even though you're not feeling well, and you may not catch those things. But going into individuals' homes, you truly see how they're living, or, sometimes it's, oh, well, your blood pressure is high, but we just saw you smoking on the curb.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm just thinking about going into somebody's home is like understanding them in 4D.
Yes.
I mean, it's the sight and the smells and the environment and everything. So I really applaud the work that you all do. I also can imagine sometimes it brings you all some anxiety. So what you do is not easy work, and we're really grateful for it. So I know Candace wants to know how it's paid for, so go ahead and ask your question.
I do. I want to know how it's paid for, and then I have another question once you answer that one.
Sure. Yes, a lot of people do think that it is more of a concierge physician, and it is not. We are covered under Medicare and insurances, so it's billed just like going to your doctor.
So if you come to visit my mother's house and I'm not there, and she's been very successfully hiding her downward spiral from me, do you all have some sort of policy in place that you communicate back with the caregivers what you find, or is it that doctor-patient confidentiality and you can't really say anything?
There definitely is doctor-patient confidentiality. However, if someone is a power of attorney, then we can share that information. One of our admission forms also is a consent on who we can share the information with. So if you're listed on that form, our patients also have access to a portal, so they can get visit notes, lab results, x-ray results in real time. And oftentimes we find that because the majority of the folks we serve are the older population, that they usually have their daughters or another family member have access to that. But in order to, having those POA paperwork on hand with us is key to getting the communication that you would need.
I just want to ask this question about, for example, my father has had care after he left the hospital. He has had care in the hospital. The doctors, Medicare, Medicaid says, we're going to let you go for 6 weeks. We're going to have a visiting nurse come and see you for 6 weeks. For an example like this, if that 6 weeks is up, but we feel like he still needs to have somebody come for a visit, can you pick up where that particular visiting nurse left off?
So we provide the mobile physician services. So, so he could sign on as a patient of ours, and instead of going out to those primary care visits, we come to the home. So that can be indefinitely. Of course, you know, they can still keep their specialists that they go to. But, you know, when we do our initial history and physical, we are able to put individuals in a category, whether they're at high risk, moderate risk, and low risk. And then that determines how often we see the individual. So if it is someone that just got discharged from the hospital, we'd want to do that visit very quickly after discharge, usually within 72 hours, just to make sure we can do the medication reconciliation, you know, any follow-up labs, things like that. So then we may see them every month. If it's someone just status quo, they're at home, it's difficult to get to the doctor, that may, you know, we may see that individual every 10 to 12 weeks.
It is a lot. I'm not sure how you all manage it, but you do, and you do it very well. Is there anything, so again, you're hearing the voice of Gina Middaugh, who is the community liaison with Harmony Cares. Newly branded, right?
Yes.
And used to be
Visiting.
What was the name before?
VPA, Visiting Physicians Association.
Okay, I did not want to mess that up, but just in case people, you know, are like, this is familiar, I want you to know, rebranded as Harmony Cares. And so, Gina, is there anything else that you feel like we've missed that you want to share before we have to go for the day?
I just wanted to let you know a little bit about what a typical patient would look like, or, you know, when it might be a good referral. So someone that it's very difficult to get out to get to the doctor, whether that be transportation issues or a daughter has to take off work in order to get mom to the doctor. Those are good referrals for us. If they're missing appointments because it is so taxing to get ready in the morning and get to the doctor at a specific time, that's always a good referral.
And Gina, would you be able to come to Joy's house? Like if someone's coming to an adult day service, would you be able to see them while they're here?
That is something we are working on. So because of billing codes, right now we cannot. Our executive teams and corporate teams are working on a workaround for that so that we can bill while at adult day. So at the moment, no, but we hope in the future.
Well, just saying, Gina, if you need someplace to be is guinea pig still an acceptable term? If you want to, you know, if you want to pilot that program, I'll put on my professional terms. You call us and let us know, because boy, do we have a lot of people who would benefit from that and could use both of our services at the same time.
Yes,
I love that.
I would love that too. That's great. I'm going to pass that along to the powers to be.
Gina, just before we let you go, Gina, how will we find you? Phone number, email, website? How can we get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So our office number is 317-497-5530. I am the only liaison for our service area of a 60-mile radius, so you can call me directly at 317-473-4918. And our website is harmonycares.com.
Gina, thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time today. And ladies, as we close this show, we just want to remind our listeners that they can contact Tina McIntosh for more information and resources that are going to help you through this journey of caregiving. Just send her a note, tina@joyshouse.org.
Caregiver Crossing is sponsored by Cardon and Associates, with 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience. Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized care. All right, until next time, take good care of each other.